how we communicate changes, even how we text, right? TTYL, talk to you later. We have now come up with where the entire society know what they're talking about when they say certain acronyms and how they talk. And one of the things I was thinking about as you were talking about these different ways is, are we going to get to a point where we get to create, or the apps that are available allows us to create key phrases where I just say this phrase while I'm talking and it knows what 3 paragraphs I want added into my email or my correspondence with someone.
So it's like having your own keywords of templates. You can just say insert letter and you've already pre-programmed it, and it inserts exactly what you want in, so you don't actually have to speak everything out.
Yeah. But then the other side of that, to your point, is about the nuances of loss of language, loss of personal touch. On one hand, I think that the technology is progressing so fast, it's able to pick up on your nuances with personal assistance and things like that, is that it's going to be able to capture your voice. Or is it? Will it ever? I'm someone who is very outgoing and extroverted, and that's sort of my personality when you're speaking to me. But when I write in very professional tone because I'm a business broker. So sometimes I don't necessarily think that my voice is being captured 100% in how I write. But if there was a tool that was listening to how I speak, would they be able to translate me better in Word? Almost like having a ghostwriter. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. So with us, making me think of is, just the other day, I was reading about, have you guys seen the Notebook LM stuff? So it's really interesting. It's a project by Google. It's basically just, you can dump in a whole bunch of files, and then you'll be able to, make use of those files. But then one of the features they just added is they'll take that information and then
turn into a podcast.
Yeah. And it's, having this moment where it's really going viral. It's super cool. And then I was just reading about how they're doing it. And a part of the process is when they're creating these podcasts is they're sort of like adding in, I forgot the exact phrase they used, but effectively like these imperfections in the language to make it so the podcast did sound more human in the output. And you do listen to it and I'm like, oh, wow, this does sound really, really, good. But the issue is if you start listening to a bunch of them, the imperfections are all the same across all of them.
Yeah. It's not being personalized.